Hi, thanks for joining me today for Let's Be Creative with LBC. My name is Tracy, and today we are going to try something a little bit different. I know I say that every time, but today it's really true. Last month when we were making pop-up cards, I made a quip about all the adhesive I've gone through in the last several months, and so I thought to myself, now is a perfect time to try and make homemade glue. So what you will need is some cornstarch, you'll need some salt, you will need white wine vinegar or distilled vinegar, and you will need hot water. Don't worry, I'll give you the recipe in the next segment as we go. You'll also need a small saucepan and a cook surface. And of course, make sure it's okay for you to use said cook surface to make some glue. So grab your apron and let's meet in the kitchen and make some glue. Today we are going to make homemade glue. So to make homemade glue, you will need a cook surface and maybe someone to work with you to make sure that it is safe for you to be cooking. Okay, you will need 1 cup of cornstarch. You'll need 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. You will need 2 teaspoons of salt and 4 cups of hot water. Okay, so when you're following a recipe for food, that's something you're going to eat, you always want to do things in order that the recipe gives you. So we're going to start with the cornstarch. Get that in the bowl, in the saucepan. It's a medium-sized saucepan. Then we'll put the vinegar. And we'll add the salt. And now the hot water. We're going to mix all of these ingredients until there are no lumps. I'm using a whisk. A fork might work too. You just want to be careful not to scrape your pan. Say this is really cool. Still lumps, so I'm working on it. While I do that, make sure I get all of the lumps out. I will tell you that the cornstarch I used was this from the grocery store. It cost me a little under $3. So, all right, it seems like most all the lumps are gone. There's another one. So this is taking a couple of minutes. All right, I'm happy with that. Now that all the lumps are gone, we're gonna turn the heat on high. Heat on high, we are going to bring this to a boil. There was another lump. Let's take it out. Not hot yet. I'm just going to take that out. All right, so we are going to bring this to a boil where it will begin to thicken and turn translucent. Right now, this color is called opaque. You can't see through it. And it will turn translucent, which means it will become clear. You'll be able to see through to the bottom of the pot. So I'll keep stirring it occasionally while it comes to a boil. And you know it's boiling when there are vigorous bubbles on top. right, so once the glue is completely cool, you'll want to put it into an airtight container. I had a mason jar that has a screw-on lid that I used, but it all didn't fit in the mason jar, so I also have some that I put in a Ziploc bag. Both of these things can be closed up so that they are airtight, and your glue will last up to 3 months in these containers. So I'm kind of curious to find out what happens after 3 months. Does glue stop being gluey? I don't know. We'll find out. The other thing is the cook time from start to finish, excluding cooling and cleanup, was 15 minutes. So it doesn't take that long to make glue. It actually almost took longer for it to cool down than it did to make the glue in the first place. I should also say, since I'm a scrapbooker and a mini bookmaker, that this glue is not suitable to use with photographs. The acid in the mixture is what is bad for photographs. The distilled vinegar or white wine vinegar creates that acid. So you'd want to take color copies of pictures or do something like that for a project that you're going to do. Okay, so we are going to use this glue in a project, and so I thought I would give you a little hint as to what we're going to do next. And the hint is, in addition to the glue, we will use newsprint and a balloon to make something next time. Okay, so thanks for joining me again. Please tune in again next Tuesday at 3:30 for another episode of Let's Be Creative with LBC, and meanwhile, stay safe.